Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fifth Line Podcast. Unfortunately, this week, we're sans Eric, because he's not feeling so good. So hopefully he starts feeling a little better, and yeah, because that sucks. But we've all been there.
Got a tummy ache, I believe.
Yeah, he's got some tummy problems. But we are recording early today because Eric is unable to record. So we're recording at, I feel like I need to say when we're recording just because there's games going on.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We're recording at 5:09 p.m. on Sunday. So anything after this, unfortunately, we're not gonna have in the show. So the Lightning game and what's the last game? Is that LA Edmonton, I think?
Let me look. Probably. I think they're the same night. They've been doing the same nights.
Yep, it's LA Edmonton. So the Toronto Tampa game 4 and LA Edmonton game 4. We will not.
Oh, there's a St. Louis Wild game happening right now.
Yeah, right now.
I didn't even notice
it's tied 1-1 with 5 minutes to go in the first.
So many afternoon games.
But yeah,
the Bruins tied it up, but we'll get to that.
They did. So it's gonna be an all playoff show today. But before we get to that, listen, you knew it was gonna happen. I'm the do man. I gotta try it.
Oh boy.
I gotta try the Flamin' Hot.
What is it? Oh, I had heard about like what the why?
I don't know, it sounds terrible, but I gotta try it. I can't not try it. And I figured I might as well do it on the show since
I just want to know who are they asking? Be like, yeah, we really need to get into the spicy soda market.
I mean, it doesn't smell bad. I'll say it doesn't smell bad. Okay, here we go.
What are you getting hints of?
Like lime.
Ah, okay.
I mean, it doesn't.
Is it not flaming hot?
Oh, there's a bit of at the end. Yep.
There's an aftertaste.
Right at the end, it's like kind of like, you know, like the Flamin' Hot Cheetos dust. At the end, there's a little bit of that. So it's not
See, what
terrible,
they did was they went full in on the gamer combo, and they just took extra spicy nacho dust from the Dorito bags and just put it right into the soda.
That is. Yeah, that's not bad, but like, I don't know why.
Yeah, one of those like, what? Okay,
we didn't ask for that.
Cool.
All right, that's my
solid
rating.
meh.
My rating is not bad, but I will not get another one. All right, where do you guys want to start? Do you guys want to start Central, Pacific, Metro, Atlantic?
Yeah.
That was not a yes or no question.
Let's do Central.
All right, do the Central. All right, so a lopsided one in the Central here. Colorado versus Nashville. Have either of you watched any of those?
Bit of both. Most of the one I watched was the one where Connor Ingram was standing on his head, and
I think that was game
it was all
2.
for naught. Yes, it was all for naught because Cale Makar just ended it with the dagger there in the overtime. So, but I mean, I don't think is anybody surprised by this.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it was like we said in last week. We were like, without their goalie that made them as good as they were.
They're not as good as they were. I mean,
as good as they were, and they're also going up against like arguably the best team in the league. So,
I mean, anybody who was going up against Colorado in that wild card spot was going to be pretty fucked. And then just to have your goalie go out like on the last day of the regular season, like, man, it's unfortunate.
It's bad luck for sure. You almost see, and that's almost like it's unfortunate because they were coming up to the playoffs. It was a close race. So they wanted to use UC Saros to try and make it so they didn't play Colorado.
Yeah.
Then he gets hurt. Yeah, it's just bad. Just bad luck. But Colorado's up 3-0. Likely going to close it out tomorrow. Yeah, that's about it. Although
Nashville could maybe get one.
Kemper did get hurt yesterday.
Yeah, which that was kind of wild. How is it allowed to have goalie masks that have a big enough hole for a stick blade to fit?
Did you see that, Nick?
I feel like that should be something that you can't wear.
Yeah, it was like front of the net scrum, and a stick blade got into Kemper's mask and hit him in the eye.
Yeah, it wasn't like malicious or it was just like a net front scrum that happens like every game, and it just was unfortunate. But like that feels like really bad design.
So
like
however the hole in his face mask is designed, it's somewhere some angle is big enough to fit a stick blade. So that seems like bad
you've
design.
seen like
there's they have bigger eye cutouts. They have bigger eye cutouts,
like,
but like
the spot where
maybe make them a little smaller.
Which you could also just say like I have the goalie mask I have sitting over there, the Habs one I have, it's got like the grid like
the
mask
cage
system. You could do that, but I'm sure a lot of NHL goalies would be like, wow, my sight lines.
I can't see.
Like, yeah. But I don't know. It seems silly, but hopefully Kemper's okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much since he went out of the game, but I don't know where that's
I think Bednar said he was it was looking good. So I think he'll be back.
Well, here we go.
So likely a Colorado sweep, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean probably.
Yeah,
but
I'd bet on it. But
a report as of 2 hours ago says Darcy Kemper eye is okay. May start game 4.
Okay, there you go.
So perhaps a start. Because Francouz was not great when he came in, from what I heard and saw.
Yeah, he's a backup.
Yeah.
Still in better shape than friggin' Pittsburgh with Louis Domingue, but we'll get there.
I mean, we'll get there. But
yeah.
All right, so sticking in the Central, St. Louis and Minnesota, the game that's happening right now. Minnesota's up 2-1 in the series.
What are they in the game?
That's going to be
tied.
As we expected, and as it's showing, that's a banger of a series.
It is.
I've
watched most of those, yeah.
It's a banger of series I've watched none of.
I
don't know why. I just, all the games I've hit up, that's just not one I've been paying attention to. But how has it been going? I saw Kaprizov got a
They've been good.
On those games.
Kaprizov, yeah. I thought it was going to be the first game. It was a sweep, or not a sweep, a shutout. It was a 4-0 shutout for St. Louis. So I was like, oh man, Ville Husso with the shutout, and then he kind of sucked for the next 2 games. So they've switched it up. Binnington started today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
interesting.
So they put Binnington in.
Has Minnesota been riding Fleury, or did they swap out to Talbot?
No, they were gonna.
I think it's been Fleury the whole time, right?
It's been Fleury the whole time. Yeah, I think they were wondering if they were gonna switch him to Talbot. They being like the general public, was wondering if they were gonna switch to Talbot after the first game when he let in 4 goals, but he didn't. Stuck with the Fleur man.
He seems to be holding him.
Ultimately, that's why they got him anyway, right?
Yeah, they got him for the playoffs, I would assume. But yeah, no, it's been
holy shit. The Blues are out shooting them 15-4 right now.
The Blues,
in the first.
The Blues have had had a good start to this game, and they also had a 4-minute double minor, high sticking double minor.
That'll do it.
So
okay.
that's probably
that makes
part
more
of that
sense.
too. That they couldn't score on, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because I have them winning the series, but we'll see. I think that one will go 7 games, but you never know. Moving on.
You do never know.
Moving on to the Pacific. What the hell's going on with Calgary?
I don't know. Jake Ottinger's going on with Calgary.
I looked into this right before we started, and in standard Calgary fashion, Johnny Hockey not doing anything.
Oh.
Well, I mean, most of their team is not doing much anything.
So the only so they got shut out in game 2.
Yes.
I believe Lindholm has 2 goals.
That sounds right.
But Tkachuk has nothing. Johnny Hockey has nothing.
No,
and,
they've got assists at least.
They have assists.
I think Tkachuk has some assists.
They each have assists, but
no goals.
No scoring goals. Yeah. And then who's the other guy? Mangiapane has nothing at all.
Oh boy! So it's a classic case of the Stars not showing up. Oh, not the Dallas Stars though. They're showing up.
Yeah. Calgary's got 3 goals across 3 games right now.
Yeah, their scoring's dry.
Like,
they're dry as
it's just
the Sahara.
Dallas is just trapping it to holy hell in the neutral zone, and then whatever doesn't work, Ottinger's just been. He's been there. He's been hella solid.
Have you been watching this series?
I mean, it's been on at work. Like it's what for whatever reason I've been focusing on. I think no, they're at opposite days. I was gonna say the ones I've watched the most of I think are Tampa, Toronto, and Dallas, Calgary.
Okay.
I've just had it on at work and trying to watch as much as I can. And yeah, it's just been Jake Ottinger he's been there, and that's what they need. And like if Dallas is going to take this series, that's how it's going to have to be probably.
Yeah, it is.
I did not expect to see Calgary having this hard a time. I mean, obviously, I have them as my cup winner. I didn't expect them to be having this a harder time scoring. Like it's
really
it's impressive job from Dallas so far.
Yeah, they've been playing really well. Hopefully they stop though. I want my bracket to be right.
Yes, so do I. But it'd be pretty cool if I mean,
upsets are
if
cool.
Dallas can get past Calgary and shut Calgary down, then I mean.
It's just going to cause madness on the bracket for like everybody.
It's going to do that, and
yes,
it's going to just like it's like 3 years ago all over again. Just grind through the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they did do the same thing in the bubble. Dallas did.
Very true.
Just wall up the neutral zone and hope for the best.
Listen,
and as the Habs found out in last year's Cup final, just the same as the Dallas did, that doesn't usually work against Tampa.
No, it does not. All right, so LA and Edmonton. I believe all of us three, all had LA.
Did we all? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did, and Eric, because Eric, the LA boy, was the only one who didn't have LA, and I was like, what?
And as of game 1, it was looking like that it could be the case.
Looked pretty good. Yeah.
And then game 2 and 3 have not looked good at all for them.
Well, Mike Smith got back on his bullshit after game 1.
He did.
Like he had that one gaffe and then immediately was like, all right, sorry guys, and then has been great the next 2 games. And then they just started scoring the lights out. Like,
hey, Tucker.
Phil Deneau has not. I mean, I think his numbers have been pretty good on the ice, but he has not had the defensive impact I expected.
No, he's not. LA's been.
But
yeah, they're. And I think, did Quick get hurt, or did they just switch?
I think he got yanked in one of those games. I remember seeing
Peterson in the net, and I was like, oh, okay, they must have taken Quick out.
Damn Quick.
What was the last score of that last game? I don't even remember.
I think 8-2 was the final on the last one, which
with an Evander Kane
7-3
with an Evander Kane hat trick as well.
Really, he got a hattie.
Pretty sure I saw that. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I think Edmonton might actually be doing the thing.
They might actually get out of the first round.
Get out of the first round, which, hey, I mean, it's good to see Connor McDavid playing playoff hockey and succeeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would like him to do well at some point in his career. Like easily the best player in the league right now. Like he needs to be playing meaningful hockey and needs to get a chance like this, I think. I would like to see it at least anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That is true. That is factual. And Leon Draisaitl as well.
Him too. It's also quite good.
All right, you guys want to go to the Metro then? Go to the East?
Sure.
Just zoom in on through this. Because I do want to get through this little series recaps, and I want to talk at the end. So before we get to what I'm about to say, I want to talk about this at the end. The officiating. I want to get to that at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a take.
Okay. Let's save that. You've put it in your memory bank. All right. Carolina versus Boston. Boston just tied it up today. Series 2-2. It looked very much how I thought it was going to look through 2 games. It was what is it, 5-1 in the first game, and then it was like
5-2, I think.
5-2 in the second game. So yeah, it was basically the same as it was in the regular season. And I didn't watch the third game, but today Carolina was just undisciplined. They were taking penalties all over the place, giving them power plays and shizzle.
Did Boston finally start getting in their heads enough to get them to do dumb things, as Boston usually tends to be able to do?
I don't think it was a lot of post-whistle stuff. So I don't think so. I think it's just play. I think they just they stopped moving their feet so much.
What doesn't help Carolina is that they lost Ronta.
That's also true.
They lost Ronta game 2, and then they've had this other backup. So, like, you can understand how that guy's going to steal the second game. And then game 3 we watched at your place, and he didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because he took the second game, but like they were already in the lead. So
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's part of it. So hey, remember at the beginning of the year when we talked about them switching their goalie tandem to the most injury-prone
The
goalie
most
tandem?
injury-prone goalie tandem like the world has ever seen, and then
showing up here.
literally both of them gone.
Yeah.
Like, guys, come on. It wasn't hard to see.
Yeah.
And I thought
I mean,
Freddie
Freddie
close.
he was great this season, and yes, I think if they it's basically like if they make it out of the first round, I think
He'll
he's
be back.
expected to play. But
To me,
you gotta
don't
make it out of the first round.
The best of 3 now.
Yeah. So, I mean, Boston's pesky. This doesn't surprise me, and I had them winning the thing, but like it
Yeah.
wasn't looking good for the first 2. I was like, oh god, that might not have been a great one.
Yeah.
But then Swayman coming in, and then the loss of Ranta, I think, was a bit of a pivot. And they're just Boston.
Yeah,
They're good in the playoffs. They can, when they want to, they can do it.
I did not anticipate the goaltender going down. I think if Ranta,
Yeah, that doesn't help things.
I don't think they win the third game. Or was that the big one? Nah, whatever. I don't think they win both of those games 3 and 4. Boston. I don't think they win them both if Ranta's in the net still. But
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true.
come on, Kochevic, whatever.
I think that's right. Kochevic, something like that.
Kochevic.
I don't know.
All right. The Rangers in Pittsburgh.
Louis Domingue.
What a beast.
What a beast coming in after his spicy pork and broccoli and getting that game, and then
That was.
I mean, obviously the Rangers came back, but then last night Pittsburgh's like, no, we're the ones who've done this a few times, and they ended up. I think they chased Shesterkin in that game last night, right?
They did. So Domingue. So Pittsburgh's on their third goalie, same as Carolina, but they're just better, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I was really impressed with Domingue in that when he came in cold in the middle of OT as well. Like it's not
that's pretty nuts.
It's not like you come in the second period.
Yeah, you're just like, I know you haven't been playing at all for the last like 3 or 4 hours, but immediately be awesome right now because we're in double overtime. Like,
And then he was.
And he had
like 17 saves.
Goalies are fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
You never know.
But yeah, last night was a weird game, dude. They played. It was 4-1 after 1. Pittsburgh got 4 goals in the first. And then second starts, and the Rangers were like, "All right, Shesterkin, it's not your night," and they put in Georgiev, who then played really well. The Rangers had an incredible second period and tied it up. They got 3 goals in the second, and it goes into the third. I think it went like 10 minutes into the third. It was all tied up 4-4, and then Pittsburgh just gets the one goal. So Georgiev lets in 1 goal and loses, which is unfortunate. But
I thought they won 7-4.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yes, I've gotten into this habit of not counting empty net goals.
Oh, it was 2 empty net goals?
Yeah, 2 empty net goals.
Wow, that's
so
weird.
It was so Georgiev only let in the 1 goal.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I hadn't seen the game, so I didn't know how it went.
Yeah, it was 7-4. It was the 2 empty netters, including the one with the sweet Crosby through the legs assist, which was quite nice. But
yes, that was pretty.
Yeah, I discounted Pittsburgh's experience and Crosby. So
yeah, he's a bit of a weapon still. Like
and the Rangers,
if he wants to take a game, yeah, there's that too. They're still new to it. I still think they can easily come out of this.
Oh, absolutely. They're only down 1.
They're only down by 1. But they're gonna have to kind of get their shit together, know who they're playing, and I mean maybe take a little more. Like, yes, he's been doing well, but you're playing in a goalie battle with Igor Shesterkin versus Louis Domingue. Come on, guys, you can take this.
Yeah, you can do this.
Come on. You can do this. Just throw some nice cross creases. Just get going here. Come on.
Yeah. No, they can still do it, and I still think they will. But you never count out the Pittsburgh Penguins.
No,
Not when
you
they've
never
got
really
Crosby.
can.
All right, to the Atlantic, to the series I'm second most pissed about. Florida and Washington.
Somebody had it all. No, I'm just kidding.
Ben had it up in his head. Washington's up 2-1.
That was a pure bullshit choice, but it's working out. Yeah.
I think it was a smart choice now because it's a President's Trophy. It's a curse.
Well, yeah, there was a degree of in my head where it's a Florida team that has done very well, but this is a point I think Steve Dangle made too, where I think like some insane amount of their like 50 some odd wins, I think it was like 13 or something, were in 3-on-3 overtime.
There was quite a few,
which is a non-factor. And also the way they won games all year was, all right, we're going to go down by like 2 or 3 goals, but it doesn't matter because we're going to have like a 6-goal third period and it's going to be fine. And those games don't exist in the playoffs.
No.
Like, you're not going to win games like that in the playoffs. This is not how it gets played.
It's a lot tighter.
I think they got to kind of figure it out a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they still come back around. They're also only down by 1. But Washington has put forth a pretty good showing so far.
They have, and especially I think Vanacek was the goalie that's done the best. That's gotten both wins, I think.
Samsonov came in for the second win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember there was like an interview with him after, like, was it crazy to hear the crowd chanting "Sammy, Sammy, Sammy"?
Oh, okay.
And he was like, yeah, it was really nice. But yeah, because I think Vanacek's game 2 was Garbo.
Started bad.
Yeah, I think they lost 5-1 in that one or something. And it just didn't go well, so they went to Samsonov.
Yeah.
But Washington surprising a little bit. You love to see it.
Florida's offense is quite slow right now too, which is
they had the 5 goals. Yeah, they had the 5 goals in the one game, and that was
yeah, they wasted 5 in that one game.
Yep, not great. All right, now to the series that's most pissing me off. Tampa, Toronto. Listen, I said it. Toronto's up 2-1. Obviously, listen, I know they were up 3-1 against the Canadians. Let them have it.
I'm gonna say that you're in prime position right now, Mike. This is exactly how you want things to go.
We want them.
You got them right where you want.
They just
feeling nice and confident.
They just got to let them win tonight, and then it's right where we want them.
Yeah, exactly. You're fine. Golden.
But from what I've been seeing, obviously I've watched. I didn't watch like the second half of the first game because
It didn't get any better.
No.
It was also quite bad. I watched a lot of that. It was bad.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you guys are going to do this tonight? All right, no, I'm not going to watch. And then the second game, they played pretty well, the Lightning. And Toronto was like ridiculously undisciplined, taking penalties everywhere.
It was bad.
7 power plays for the Lightning. You can't do that. They will win.
Yeah.
And then the third game, see now the 5-2 score is misleading because because it was 3-0 in the middle of the game, like right at the midpoint of the game. Tampa comes back 3-2, and then Toronto with like 2 something left. Obviously the net's empty. Toronto gets 2 empty net goals.
And Jack Campbell won them that game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
With the way he played there at the end, holy shit, man!
The whole second half of the game, literally the last 30 minutes of the game, I tried to look up the shots, period by period. I can't find it on NHL, like the NHL site. It had to be like 20 to like 5. It was all Tampa in that third period. They just couldn't get it by old Jack. But whatever. If they can play Tampa, it's the same. It's the same as. I think we said this about a team earlier, but it's the same as most good teams. If they play the way they can, like if Tampa plays the way they can, not a team in the league touches them. The problem is they haven't been doing that. They've been sucking balls at the beginning of the game. and then they're
I
in
think
a hole.
with how they woke up partway through that one, like I hope it can kind of translate over into the next game, because like you could tell they were like, all right. There was a moment in Game 3 where they were like, all right, let's stop fucking around here. We're going, and like they almost did, if not for just Jack Campbell being like, no.
Well, Mike and I watched that game together.
Yeah, you. By the way, you aren't allowed to watch anymore because you've watched both games they've lost.
I've watched all 3. What does that mean?
You're fine.
I will stop watching that series.
I'm just kidding. If you want to watch.
No, we were just talking though about how, I said to him a couple times, like, where is Stamkos? Where is Cooch? They didn't exist in the first 2 periods of the game.
Yeah,
it was rough.
It's similar to Calgary. Like, you need your stars to be stars. In the second game, they were. Cooch had 3 points. Hedman had 4. Stamkos had like 1 assist. Stamkos has been
popped the hell off in that second game. Did. Yeah, that was
Stamkos.
Has it been a bit of a drop off? I haven't even really noticed.
He came in.
Yeah, I guess I haven't really noticed him. So I guess that
he was the hottest player in the league second at the end last month. He was the hottest player in the league, and he comes into the playoffs and has 1 assist through 3 games. Freaking A, man.
Yeah. Oh.
But that's all right. I don't think that'll last. Hopefully it doesn't.
Nah, he's gonna drop a Hattie tonight.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd be wearing my Stammer jersey tomorrow.
There you go.
Well, they are at home, so
yeah, they were at home yesterday. Like,
I know that
came out and laid an egg.
They came out and laid an egg, so you'd think that they're gonna play well. Hopefully,
Bassey's gonna come out and just brick wall it.
Yeah,
Cooper better friggin' light a fire under him.
I think he will. I think it's easy enough. I think he can point at. It was segmented so well. He can point at 2 parts of the game. He can be like, that first half, no. The second half, yes.
Very bad. Second half, doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
It was funny they were talking about that game too, and they were talking about Sorelli. And at one point, it was like mid-third, and they're like, "Yeah, he's already got 21 minutes on the ice," and I'm like, "Oh,
playing some."
That's because
he's your defensive guy, right?
He's the defensive guy. He's up for the Selke, but that's because the Lightning were taking a lot of penalties in this one, or maybe not a lot, but they had a few.
Oh yeah,
they definitely had a lot at the beginning of the game. And so that's why he had
penalties too. Like they had like 2. There was at least I think 2 or 3 over the glass penalties that you're like, which like fucked them because they were already on the PK. The 2 times it happened to him. I think
one was dude, McDonough. Oh my god, McDonough
is a really hard one to not get really pissed about, because it's like, guys, there's you can't argue, like you did it. Like,
yeah.
Like,
dude.
Yeah,
McDonough's been brutal. These first 3 games, so I'm hoping he pulls his head out of his ass, but we'll see. I'm also like they've done it twice already. Like, are they just done? Are they just like, I don't want to?
It's funny you watch that series, right? And you're comparing them to Toronto, who is, I mean, really the next up and coming team.
Yeah,
and you can see like there's a difference between the speed. I think watching the 2 teams, like the pace in the offensive zone. Compared to the 2, like, yes, Tampa is good.
Toronto's faster.
Don't get me wrong. Toronto's just like,
yeah. No, I agree. Definitely in these first 3 games, like you're absolutely right. I've seen the same thing. Toronto's just like, their passes are crisper. Their PK is,
it's dangerous.
Yeah,
it's an offensive threat.
Like, Hedman had a sick game that second game, but there's been a few times on the power play that he's bobbled the puck and coughed it up. Those 2 those 2 penalty kill shorthanded goals Toronto has. Hedman was the defenseman up top, and he just like coughs it up and then doesn't know where it is, and then he gets beat.
He almost did it again in Game 3 too.
He did,
because we watched him. He just like turned it over, and then they take off on a breakaway.
And and all Toronto's PK guys are speedy, so you're not gonna catch them. But yeah, we'll see. It's they're up 2-1. I think if Toronto takes the game tonight, I don't think they'd do it again. I don't think they'd go for the 4-peat or whatever it is. I think if Toronto takes tonight's game, I think they finish it off. Maybe not the next game, but I think they finish it off. Unless it gets to 7 games, and then who knows?
If it gets to 7 games, Tampa's taking.
I mean, there's a better chance than not that they are, yeah. I wonder what the odds would be on that. It'd be like Tampa
you get to 7
minus
games
1,000.
And immediately is just like, what the? We're here again? No, we can't be here again.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, really.
But yeah,
we'll see. Go Bolts.
We shall. Go Bolts indeed. I say very begrudgingly.
But guys, I don't know what you guys think about the officiating, but does it not feel like this is what it should be?
To a degree, I also I'm just kind of slightly annoyed because I'm just like, okay, you're just immediately being like, we're gonna call a bunch of shit because you've been hearing all year, oh, you guys never call it, and like,
so
this it feels very much like a. But Nick, yeah, you go ahead.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you, Ben. Pretty much, except for from what I've watched, it seems like the first 2 periods, everything that you would expect getting called is getting called. The third period, the refs are swallowing their whistles and they're playing through everything. It seems like there was a bunch of slashes in the Tampa game, I think, that Mike and I watched together, and I was like thinking to myself, that's the penalty. I mean, Mike said it 1,000 times. He's like, that's a penalty.
Yeah, I was yelling it. No, dude, that's absolutely right, because and that's why the Lightning can't do what they've been doing. They go down early and then they're pressing and pressing and pressing and drawing calls, but the refs are like, yeah, it's the third period, we're not going to call it.
Right.
So like they're kind of correcting themselves, but then once it comes time to like, all right, we're in the important time now. We're doing it like usual. Come on, like
pretty much. God damn it.
I don't know. They're still frustrating to me, but I don't know. I guess I'd prefer that this stuff is getting called. Like
I like it.
Penalty, call it. Yeah,
I like it.
But it is kind of funny seeing like the players en masse, like just being like, wait, what? Wait, what? Like we can't do that now. Ben Sherratt's not going to have a career after this year. Like, what do we?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, there was one, and I can't remember the context of who got the penalty and what team it was or whatever, but one player was like, he turns to the ref after getting called for a penalty. He's like, it's the playoffs. So I think the players are expecting like to get away with the normal stuff that they usually get away with, right? But except for this time, they're not.
Yeah, I like it. I think this could be. I was saying this earlier. I think this could be a prelude to next season. I think next season, because of all the uproars we've had this season, I think next season they might start calling it more to the book. And I think this is because the playoffs are when there's the most eyes on hockey. I think they're like, let's try it out here. Which I don't really know if playoffs is the time to try stuff out, but
to immediately be like, we're gonna give everything a go.
But
right
is it
now
surprising?
In the most important
is it surprising?
No, it's not surprising at all.
But I think that's what they're doing. I think they're doing like a test here, and then I think they might continue that next regular season.
I could see that. I'm just curious how long this is going to last, because I remember at the beginning of the year, like, we're really going to crack down on cross checks, and that lasted about 2 weeks.
Yeah, seriously.
So I don't know. I guess we'll see. It's interesting.
Yeah.
NHL officiating. It's always.
I got a question for you boys.
Yes.
Are we wrapped up with this officiating conversation?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay. So I want to see, what do you guys, or which series do you guys think is surprising you the most? Like one that you thought was going to go the other way so far, or one that, you know what I mean?
Probably
any that are surprising you.
Tie between Washington, Florida, and Dallas, Calgary, I think.
I would say Dallas, Calgary for sure. And my second pick is probably Carolina, Boston. I still like Carolina is just the far better team, and they're just not showing it in these last 2 games. But those are my 2. What about you?
So I am not overly surprised about how the Dallas and Calgary series is going, just because Brian pumps me full of Dallas stuff. But the 2 that are surprising me the most right now, I would say, is the Florida series, just because, like, how are you only scoring 1 or 2 goals in 2 of the 3 games with the offense they have and how good they played this year?
Yeah.
But the other one is the Ranger series. it's surprising to me that Shesterkin's giving up as many goals as he is.
4 goals in 1 period. Yeah.
Because even in the other games, they haven't been that good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't know the. Let me see what the scores were for the first.
Yeah, I mean, it also like he makes what was it like 78 saves in a loss. Like that's gotta fucking suck. Like you go through all that and to lose. I mean, whoever comes out on the losing end of that is gonna hate it. But like
same as the 5 OT Lightning Columbus game.
Yeah, who was that? Korpisalo, right?
Korpisalo did like a record.
The NHL record for saves in a playoff game in a loss, and it's just like, god damn, that really sucks for him.
That sucks.
But yeah.
So their game 2 was they won 5-2, so that is more what I would have expected them. But
it's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good game.
What I guess on the other side of it, I'm surprised that the Penguins are scoring as much as. Right.
I am too. Just because of Shesterkin. Like, he's put up some incredible numbers, but he's also a young guy, and this is his first
playoffs, I think. Or he might have... Was he around for that bubble play-in series? I don't think he would have been. I think he's, like, new the last couple of years.
This first win was his first playoff win.
Oh, okay, then no.
So, yeah.
Oh, well, they got swept out of that bubble play-in series, so
maybe.
But anyway.
The other thing that was funny, and one of you guys sent it on Twitter, was here's all the goalies' salaries right now.
Yeah,
and it's missing like what, 2 of them, so maybe 3 of the other goalie salaries.
It's not
Markstrom,
Vasi, and Fleury.
And Fleury, yeah. So
but 4, a shit ton of them. They're all under $1 million,
and they're all those teams are doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Just all the goalie injuries that have happened already this playoffs. It's
All right, so here's the issue with the Lightning series.
Yes.
The leader for goals, assists, and points is Victor Hedman.
Oh, so a defenseman. Good.
That's not gonna help.
That's the issue. And it's 1 goal.
He's a pretty good defenseman, but he probably shouldn't be he shouldn't be leading you. And it's 1 goal.
It's 1 goal.
That's not great.
If they were winning, it'd be great. But because it'd be a nice balanced scoring, but they're not winning. So Corey Perry has 1 goal as well.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah, it was a sick.
Was it a breakaway?
Breakaway snipe through Campbell's legs. All right. Well, that's all I got. You guys got anything else?
I'm trying to remember.
Or any other hockey stuff, Nate?
I thought didn't Makar have a nasty goal?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying. I can't find it, and I thought I sent it to you or somebody sent it to us, but
the only one I've seen so far was like a shot through traffic in OT.
Didn't he have that 1 goal where he went around low, or was that in the regular season still?
I don't know. I think I'm thinking of the same one you are.
He like came down the left side, down low, and kind of like sniped it.
Yeah.
A lot of cool Cale McCarr.
I don't remember.
It's getting to be like with McDavid, like which one of your 1v5?
You know that goal where it goes through everybody and snipes it?
There's like 6 of those now.
All of them.
Yeah. You know what I kind of want to talk about? Nick, did you see this? Arizona Diamondbacks starting pitcher?
Oh, the Bumgarner.
Bumgarner, that's it.
So baseball, there's some controversy in baseball right now. I think it's always been kind of banned, but beginning this year, they're really cracking down on sticky substances for pitchers. A lot of pitchers will keep stuff underneath their cap or like on their waistband or whatever, right? Just to give their fingers a little bit more grip. And I can attest, like, I'll tell you that pitching with a dry ball, if your hands are dry, the ball's dry, you don't have as much grip. So if you have something, you can't put spit, like you can't lick your fingers on the mound. That's illegal too.
What?
But they're really, you can't.
I see pitchers do it all the time.
If you're on the mound, you can't do it. You can do it like if you
get off the mound
and you're waiting around, you can like.
Oh, I see. So right before the pitch.
So you just have to get your hands sopping before you get on the mound.
But this is talking like pine tar and like.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen bats. Usually it goes up from like, there's like a
I've seen the pine tar on the bats. Yeah.
And you can grab it and it gives your hands more grip for the bat. Well, it's essentially the same thing. You can put it on your hats or whatever, and pitchers can
in your palm of the glove.
What benefit does that provide?
It just gets better grip.
Better grip. You can spin it more.
It's really for like off-speed pitching, like not as much for fastball throwers, but for like if you got a nasty changeup or a nasty curveball or whatever, or a slider, like it just gives you more action on the ball, right? So, anyway, so the thing that Mike's talking about is the Bumgarner. He got ejected the other day for having a sticky substance.
No, he didn't.
What?
You didn't see? Oh,
no.
Did you watch John?
Ejected for a fucking ump being a goddamn jackass.
Did you see the John Boy breakdown? You got to watch the John Boy breakdown. So what it is usually the pitchers or the umps in the past years would check gloves, belts, hats, but they usually wouldn't go to the pitching hand. But now they've started checking the pitching hand.
Okay, yeah. I did see the video of him just like basically jerking his hand off.
He's like massaging his hand and staring into his soul. Like right at his face, the ump is. Yeah. And it's because I think they're thinking it's because Bumgarner
between his fingers.
No, they're thinking it was because Bumgarner yelled at the home plate ump because he didn't like the calls he was making, the balls and strikes he was calling. Which happens all the time.
Balls and strikes for baseball is the biggest controversy, and that's why they're trying to get away from the human error umpire behind the plate. They want robot balls and strikes because you always have something that's either excessive or on the line that you're like, that's a ball, but they call it a strike, or that's a strike and that's actually a ball.
Yeah.
Obviously. And so there's a big push for them to want to push the robot umps behind the plate for that reason. You have a consistent strike zone.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, for a lot of stuff, I don't love the idea of like robot like refereeing, but for something like that where it's just like, I mean, because strike zones change depending on how tall a guy is, so like it'd have to be something that like would be slightly adjustable, but it's still like just a square, like
right. So, and all umps are different too. Like, a lot of the times it's, okay, where is this ump? How far inside is this ump calling the strike zone today? Where, it's usually this, but maybe it's this. All right. It's got an extra ball or two on the inside.
You almost could have somebody, because with all the telecasts that I've seen, they've got the box and they've got the ball placement. Just have someone watch that.
They already use the virtual K zone. I don't know why they don't. Yeah,
you could literally have
like the official MLB one of those that just does the calls every game, and then like I don't know, have some system where like somebody's got a thing in their ear where they call it down, and it's like, hey,
that's a ball, that's a strike.
The
home run job would get real easy there.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah. The other thing about baseball this year that people are noticing is there isn't as many home runs this year as there has been in years past, at least through this part of the season. It's more of a pitcher's season versus a batter's season. But the thing is, I saw a video, and I can't tell you who from or where it was, but it basically was talking about this. And somebody confirmed that this is kind of what's going on. Exit velocity off the bat, obviously speed in, velocity backwards off the bat, launch angles off the bat are all the same as they were in years past. The fences haven't moved at all.
Yeah.
So you still have the same size stadiums. So all your parameters are the same, but you're hitting deep fly balls versus out of the park. Everything, your bat speed, all the things that would, like this guy hits 100 home runs last year with the exact same swing and the same whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they're saying that they're getting all fly balls. All these batters think it's like hitting a balled up sock. The ball is right now. Like it's just the.
They think the ball's changed.
They think that the balls have changed a little bit. And if a ball would just have to change just so slightly, right? Get a little bit
softer,
absorb the impact just a little bit more, right? A little bit softer, and then instead of a fly ball or home run, it's a fly ball, right? You don't have to change it that much. And there are a lot of people thinking right now that the ball's changed a little bit this season.
That's interesting.
Because for the last long while for baseball, it's been pitchers are throwing harder, but it's just the batters. Like batters are just hitting a lot of home runs.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe baseball's got something shiesty going on.
Behind the scenes.
Like the most NHL solution I've ever we are getting too many home runs. We must do something to curb this to maintain the integrity of the game or some bullshit. But I don't know. Side note though, I've always found it so strange that like different stadiums are just entirely different dimensions. Like home runs can be entirely different, like beasts, depending on where you're playing. I've always found that so weird. Like, I feel like that's something you should be able to just do, like reliably. But
so the right field line in Yankee Stadium, I believe, and Fenway, not as much with Fenway, but Yankee Stadium, down the right field line. So for left-handed batters,
it's pull.
It's the short. Their pull hit. Yep, it's the shortest length fence in the majors. It is not a home run down the right field line is not a home run in any stadium except for Yankee Stadium. Every single single other park, it's a fly ball.
Well, then, and like,
it's funny you say that. So it clearly shows that dimensions are off. And, you know,
because Fenway Park has a whole named portion that is harder to score a home run over.
Yeah. What is that? Is it the monster? Green Monster?
Green Monster.
Like, it's so weird to me as like an outside observer because I never got hella into baseball, but just
it seems weird. It seems like there should be like a set number of like feet or yards or whatever.
I can't remember what field it was. It's one of the out west fields. But the center field used to have like an uphill bank on it.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So it was out even farther than a normal stadium was. It was 400 plus feet.
Don't hit it. Don't hit it there.
Yeah, don't hit them dead.
Try to hit
never
right.
Going out.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah. So anyway, to get back to the Bumgarner.
Yes.
So the first base ump was feeling him up because he was mad that he was talking to his home plate ump. Then Bumgarner realized he was getting felt up and stared at. Was like, "What the fuck do you want?" Because for some reason baseball is just a bunch of chads trying to.
It really is,
dude.
I saw another thing the other night too, where it was like a manager and umpire just screaming at each. And I'm like, man, you look like two fucking babies right now. Like you're literally.
Dude, they take it personally, man. And they don't back. I've rarely seen anybody go, "That's you know what? That's my bad."
You know what? Okay, my bad, my fault. I will.
It's always no fuck you. Fuck you. It's like okay, all right. But yeah, that's also kind of entertaining when you see like when something happens and a manager comes stomping out and you're like, "Oh, he's about to get ejected."
Yeah. But the bullshit part was because Bumgarner basically was like, "What the fuck are you? Why are you doing?" And then he got ejected, right? Like,
yeah, he was like,
"You sound like him."
Yeah, he was like, "What are you doing? He's like, "You want to go? Fuck you!" And he's just, "Get out of here." And that was after one inning pitched.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whose side are you on?
Listen,
if there's a side.
Here's my thing. Umpires in baseball have historically been assholes forever. And
that's just the way to think.
So it's just like hockey or just like any sport of tossing somebody early in a game. All of your fans are 90% Arizona. Arizona has just as hard with baseball as they do with every other sport like hockey getting fans there.
Yeah.
Bumgarner has been a high caliber pitcher for baseball for 10 plus years, if not more. So I'm sure there's a ton of people at this game that are like, "Oh, I get to watch Madison Bumgarner pitch because he's one of the best that's out there." And then you have an ump just boot him at the beginning of a game for basically nothing. And you're like, what the fuck? So
or even if you're not going in like that, thinking, "Oh yeah, hell yeah." Even if you're not going in like that, you get there and you're like, you paid for your tickets and you're sitting there and your first inning in and you're starting, they just
the starting pitcher gets booted.
Gone? What the fuck? Like you just it's just immediately like what the fuck's happening? Nobody wants to see that, like especially when it's for a bullshit reason.
Yeah.
But Nick, you were saying you never side.
It's just dumb that umpires can basically. It's not predicting outcomes, but impact the outcome of a game for whatever reason for some stupid bullshit. Like hockey, you're not going to get tossed out of a hockey game unless you do something pretty excessive.
Oh, you earn it in hockey.
And like,
I'd argue you maybe should have to do a little less to get voted out of a game in hockey. But
I'm never on the side of an ump.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. But like there are times where the player is just being a dick.
Sure.
Like,
I don't think this is one of them.
No, this is not absolutely not one of them. But like, you know, in the case where you guys remember when Kiermaier took the Blue Jays pitching cheat sheet because it was on home plate, it fell out of the catcher's mitt or out of the catcher's pocket. He just picks it up, takes it, and then the next game, his first at bat, they smoke him in the back. They just hit him.
Yeah.
Like in that case, like you got to kick the pitcher out because that's just how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was fucking funny, but yeah.
Baseball, gotta love it. I haven't watched any baseball this year. Not that I've been invested in hockey playoffs, but I'm more into hockey playoffs than watching baseball.
Same. It's been
how many playoff games have you watched, Nick? Have you already beat out your regular season total?
I watched 3. I didn't watch all 3 of the first day, but I've watched 3 in the first day. Then I watched the 4th one with Mike. And last night I didn't watch anything. I didn't watch anything last night or any of the game 2s. So I watched some of the game 1s. I watched most of the game 1s. One of the games of game 3 and nothing of 2 and 4 yet.
All right.
So yes, to answer your question in a roundabout way, yes, I have watched more hockey playoff games.
There you go. I have watched quite a bit.
Same.
I basically just turn it on as soon as I get home, if it's on.
Yeah, or I have it on at work or whatever because there's TVs there. Yeah, I didn't watch anything last night though because I went to see the new Doctor Strange.
Oh, no spoilers.
Quite liked it. Nice. I won't say shit, but I liked it.
I probably won't watch that until it goes out on Disney Plus.
It's a little weird. I'll say that.
We're going.
But I think that's kind of being portrayed in everything about the market. It's going to be. You can kind of go into it thinking it's going to be a little bit different. But yeah.
Me and Danielle are going tomorrow to see that.
I need you guys to tell me before.
Yes.
What other Marvel shows or movies are necessary to
without
spoiling, Benny. Without spoiling is like
I don't think you have to worry too much because there's some like what if adjacent stuff, but it doesn't like you wouldn't have to have watched it.
Okay.
No, there's a very brief reference to Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Watched it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's all pretty much its own thing.
Self-contained.
Having watched WandaVision will also help.
Watch that one too.
Yep.
So,
what about Shang-Chi? Anything with that one?
No. But you should watch that as well. It's really good.
It's pretty good.
Man, I don't know.
It's good.
I love Marvel movies, but I like classic OG Marvel movies.
It's good. Like it's probably one of my. He's saying like, your Caps, your Iron Man, like the.
Yeah, no, but I agree.
It's a fun ride though.
It's a good movie. Yeah, I like the movie.
Okay, sure. I'll watch it at some point. I gotta make Liz watch them all, so at some point.
Yeah, you do. Hey, me and Danielle did that as well when we first started dating.
I think I've done the marathon twice. I did it once with you, Mike. Before was that before Infinity War or Endgame?
That was before Endgame. I'm pretty sure that was before Endgame. Yeah, and I remember
spent like 2 or 3 weeks just like going through every single one of them.
And I'm pretty sure the day that we went to see Endgame, I think we went at night.
Yeah, and we had to do a few before that.
We did a few in the morning, and I remember I think it was Spider-Man. I think it would have been Homecoming. I think it was Spider-Man Homecoming. I fell asleep during it because I had worked the night before.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on that futon.
So it wasn't a true marathon. Oh, I fucking threw out that futon. That thing.
No. Yeah, no, that thing's gross.
Between my brother and I, we got some use out of that futon. Holy shit! But yeah, that's gone from the world.
Oh wait, that's not even what I was talking about. I was talking about the little like tie-dye thing.
Oh, I still have that. I still have that for you every time you end up at my place.
Booyah!
It's for you, Mike.
All right. You guys got anything else?
I think I'm good.
Nice mini episode, which is kind of what I expected, just because there's nothing going on but playoffs. All we
short guy and just playoffs updates. Yeah.
So put in the comments, Rick, feel better.
Indeed.
We got some nice weather coming up too. Mickey and I are going to hit the links next weekend, hopefully.
Yeah, Ben, if you want to come down just a couple hours south.
I don't know about next week. Maybe. That's a hard maybe.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Watch some playoff hockey. Also hit that subscribe button. I forgot to say it earlier, but hit that subscribe button. Probably avoid this. It's not great.
Once we get through the first round, we'll give you updates on who's winning brackets.
On the brackets.
The bracket challenge.
Also,
that should be done. First round should be done by next week, right?
First round will be done. But yeah, for the 5th line bracket challenge, thank you everybody who participated. I think we got 12 brackets.
Wow.
Yeah, that's way better than last.
We got quite a few brackets. So everybody who submitted one, thank you very much. We're not going to give an update on those brackets, but we'll give a little update on our brackets to see who's winning between the 4 of us.
All right, let's go through 16 brackets.
This person's winning. This person, yeah. No.
Danielle really fucked up here when she got. Sorry, I shouldn't have picked Danielle, but Brian.
Danielle has Washington.
Danielle doing pretty well.
Danielle picked Washington.
Hell yeah, Danielle, let's go.
So yeah, she's looking pretty good.
Let's go.
But yeah, so next week we'll be going over our first round bracket, see who's doing the best, I guess. But yeah, other than that, we'll see you guys next weekend. Hopefully with Rick.